Welcome to Just a Guy Bible Readings. I am your host, Just a Guy. And you are the listeners. Just the listeners. Not just the listeners, but you guys are amazing. I love you all, part of my Christian family. I thank God every day for you guys. And, we are in the book of Job 39. We just heard God respond finally. We're going to see if he has more to say. I have the King James Version Bible. So whatever Bible you have, if you have the King James Version, go ahead and follow along with me word for word. If not, then don't follow along word for word. And if you don't have a Bible out, then just listen and close your eyes and pretend like you're there. Okay. They don't have TV back then, so you might really not want to be there. But, here we go. Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? Or canst thou mark when the hinds do calve? Canst thou number the months that they fulfill, or knowest thou the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves, they bring forth their young ones, they cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking. They grow up with corn, they go forth, and return not unto them. Who hath sent out the wild ass free? Or who hath loosed the bands of the wild ass? Whose house I have made the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings. He scorneth the multitude of the city, neither regardeth he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib? So if anybody asks, unicorns did exist because God talked about them. Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great, or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed, or gather it into thy barn? Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in dust, and forgotten that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear, because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he impaired to her understanding. What time she lifteth up herself on high, and scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Canst thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostril is terrible. He paweth in the valley, and rejoiceth in his strength. He goeth on to meet the armed men. He mocketh at fear, and is not affrighted. Neither turneth he back from the sword. The quiver rattleth against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with fierceness and rage, neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet. He saith among the trumpets, Ha! Ha! And he smelleth the battle afar off. The thunder of the captains and the shooting and shouting. Doth the hawk fly by the wisdom and stretch her wings toward the south? Doth the eagle mount up at thy command and make her nest on high? She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock and the strong place. From thence she seeketh their prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she. The Lord knows all. He can tell you about every creature, because he made them. you know? And you know what's funny is, we think science has come so far, we know so much about animals now, and right here, before we had any studies really on animals, the Lord is talking about how some animals put their eggs in the ground and then leave them alone, walk away. And some animals, like the eagle, can see from so far away. How unicorns, I had to bring up unicorns again. The hawk fly by wisdom, and flies to the south. The Lord knew these things before any of these studies happen nowadays. So when science says we can prove that, religion and God is fake, then the fact of the matter is God proved the things you're just finding out in this book. How on earth can you try and say that God isn't real when everything that you're just now discovering was right here? And God knew it the whole time. So, coming up next, we have Job 40. If you guys want to leave any comments about unicorns, go right ahead. Share this with your friends. Try and get the word out about Jesus, because there are friends that you have on Facebook that might be alone in their walk, who don't know the Lord. So by sharing these videos, if you do, you could be giving them an opportunity to get to know the Lord and adding a jewel on your crown in heaven. So we appreciate you guys stopping by. We love you, and God bless you.